morning, folks. How we doing? Lots of rain over here. All the snow's gone. Just rain, rain, rain. Typical west side. This is going to be our first logging video with the new camera from Danny Girl. Danny, Heather, and Sweet Baby. So I appreciate all the kind words that everybody shouted out to Danny and Speed and Marine for the camera and the SD cards and so on, and the short prayers that I got for the kid that worked here last summer, Brett. Hopefully he pulls out of it. He was a good kid, hard worker, responsible. So let's just hope that goes good for him. Super excited about my new camera. Having a lot of fun with it. Good thing about it was a lot of the mounts that I had for the other camera, even though that one wasn't a GoPro.
Nice looking fucking turn.
Yeah, it's heavy. Yeah, a little heavy. They fit, so that's cool. We're in that.
Oh, it's not as big as I thought.
We're in that nice wood. Good logging. Hopefully the fog lifts so I can get my camera back on the carriage, and we'll get some good footage of that. The one I took earlier in the week. For it, and obviously you get what you pay for. So now that this YouTube channel's taken off a little more, I'm not afraid to put a little bit of money into it. I just wasn't sure how that was going to go, so I didn't, I just bought that cheap camera, and it works pretty good. I mean, it definitely works pretty good. If it just rode around in the pickup with me or in the car or something, I think it'd be pretty good to have around. But Danny and Heather got me this nice little GoPro, so we're definitely going to use it up, I can guarantee you that. It's got all kinds of features the other one didn't have. All kinds of gadgets and gizmos, and I'm not all that tech savvy anyways, but we're figuring it out. We're having fun with it. So I wanted to say good morning to Weed Whacker, T-Thorn, 660 still. Obviously you got to be a timber cutter if you're running a 660. Matthew Jensen, hello, good sir. How was your day? I hope all is well for you. Terry Page, Clint Walton, Steve Crown. Steve, you comment quite a bit, so thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for the great comments. I hope life finds you all well. And, like I said, I'm still having fun with this camera, trying to figure everything out, so, once we get it all figured out, I won't be playing with my phone so much when I should be videotaping. What else is on the agenda? Dang it, there was something I was gonna... Those kind of things just slip you once in a while, I guess. Sorry, I got distracted. Oh, questions. I gotta ask about what are all the functions in the yarder. There is a video out that I explain all that in. I can't remember the name of it, so I'm just gonna do a quick recap for the gentleman that asked. Plus there was a little bit I wanted to add to the other one. So each one of these levers represents a drum. Haywire, haulback, skid line, skyline. When the levers are pushed forward, the water brake is on. When the lever is straight up like that, it's in the neutral position. It can take off free spooling or whatever. And when you pull the lever back like that, it engages friction and makes it turn. And the friction is exactly like, the friction is made out of a brake type material. It works just the opposite of a brake. Where a brake slows you down, when you throw the friction in, it slides up against your drum and it's constantly turning, so when it slides up against the drum, then it starts making the drum turn. So just like with your brakes, you want to keep it adjusted so that it's keeping the drum. Drum turning and it's not wearing your friction out. Like I said, when I have the levers pointed ahead, that's my water brake, and that is a brake that is cooled by water, obviously, if it's called a water brake. And then these are all band brakes, and the band is just a band that goes around the outside of the drum that works like a brake. And then I have foot levers. And for each one of my drums, I have a foot pedal, just like I have a hand lever. The difference on the foot pedals is it's a dual action. When you start pushing on the foot lever, it is actually working both brakes, the water brake and the band brake. And there's a little spring type thing in there that can be adjusted. Anyways, dang it. There's a little spring in there that can be adjusted, so when you're putting pressure down on that foot valve, you can give it more water brake than band brake, or vice versa. It just depends on how you like to run your yarder. Personally, myself, these bigger machines, I like to run more band brake than I do water because it's smoother. And on the smaller, newer, updated machines, I like to run more water brake than I do band, because you don't use the band brake as much on them smaller ones, so it's sticky and it makes it rougher. You can't, when you're shipping that back and they blow a stop, you don't just hit the brake and grab, because then it blam, blam, and wraps, and you want to, nice smooth. So, like I say, on these bigger machines, I think the band brake works better. This particular Sky car we're running is actually a little bit too small for this size of line. So when I ship it back and they blow a stop, I bring it to a stop and then I let my foot off the brake and grab it again and let it roll just a little bit more because the line is heavier than the car. So when I stop it, it wants to pull it back up the line. Hopefully that makes sense. And then transmission, this is my throttle. These are maxi brakes, so at night you set them. It sets both the band and the water brake to maximum holding, so that if you gotta hold the lines up overnight. And then each one of these is a service brake, so I can put it into neutral position, throw the service brake, and get down there and work on it, or so on and so forth. And then on the band brake right here, I have a separate lever that I can adjust the pressure on the band brake. And the reason you do that is when you start logging and they start getting heavy turns, or if you don't have a whole lot of lift and you're dragging it and then there's a big draw and the logs come down and swing, when you get that jerk like that or big heavy turns, that's when lines start breaking and tail holds start pulling, or guy lines. So with that band brake, being able to set it a certain amount of pressure, it'll peel that skyline off rather than a solid jerk. So that helps keep it from breaking and stuff like that. And the rest, all these gauges, like I said in the other video, don't need them. All I really need is my